right. Funnily enough, I have recorded hundreds, if not 1,000 at this point, YouTube videos in my life, and oddly, and my laptop's like dying. It's like overheating. Oddly enough, can you hear that? That's insane. I'm kind of nervous to be filming this video, because I don't know. I feel like singing and music is always very vulnerable to kind of put out there. But if you watch streams and stuff, you know I've been talking about it. I have recently been wanting to get into piano. There wasn't anything that really jump started it or anything. I played drums and percussion and even marimba for years, starting in middle school, going into high school. And after high school, I kind of just fell out of music, which just made me kind of sad because, dude, music is it's powerful in so many ways, but I feel like it had such an impact on my life, especially. So I was, and I've been trying to kind of branch out more in terms of what I do aside from like YouTube and stuff, and this kind of is branching back into it now that I think about it. But needless to say, I thought about making like a sort of, I don't know if I would even consider this a vlog. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, because I was gonna make an entire just separate channel that I don't tell anyone about, that I just put these on just for fun, because it's gonna be pretty much uncut, of just kind of like journal entries, diary entries. I don't know. Again, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but I figured I'd start recording them now. I started about 2 weeks ago. I'm taking lessons. And the funny part is, the teacher that I found is like super into One Piece, and I was like, this is perfect. Her car has like a One Piece wrap on it, and um, she's just super cool. But I just wanted to bring that up. So I was gonna today kind of just go over what I've started learning, what I'm trying to learn, the progress I've made so far in the 2 weeks since I've started. And yeah, maybe just ask for advice too from you guys. One thing I did want to ask before I did start, is I bought this used. It was like 200 bucks off because it was used, and it works like pretty fine, like almost perfectly. But there are some keys that like rub up against each other, and it makes a weird feeling when you use them. And then there's one that sticks sometimes, not that often, but sometimes. I just wanted to see if whoever watches this, if this gets 2 views and I'm talking to myself, it is what it is, has any tips, because in terms of like cleaning a piano, because I've read a bunch of stuff online and there's like a lot of mixed opinions on how to. So gonna start with a scale. So she's having me start off on the C and G scale, which I barely remember any scales from high school. Like I said, I did marimba and we had to learn the scales, but I remember basically nothing. I think D is, no, I don't remember anything. But C and G are easy because it's, no, I hope that Mike is picking all of that up, because I usually record stuff whenever it's right next to me. I'm gonna close my laptop because it's being loud. When it's right next to me and I can hear it. But yeah, so C, the main thing I've been trying to focus on since I started was playing piano. You have to like, you can't just like push your finger into the key. I mean, you do to a certain extent, especially I'm guessing as you play faster and faster, but you have to kind of use the weight of your whole arm and kind of play with a motivation. I don't know how to say it really, but I've been trying to focus on actually like not just kind of mindlessly playing. So C is straight up just, and then she usually has me do a fifth after, which is a skip and a skip. You might even be able to hear it right there, how it's like rubbing up against the other key. I don't know. It's kind of like a slight thing, but I just wanted to see if there were any tips. So that's C. And then G is straight up the same thing. It starts on G and just goes up 5 down 5. see, I was starting to get kind of like mindless there and just playing the keys, but I have to try to think about like the force in my hand. So that's C and G. Those are the only two that she's shown me thus far, but she said since those two are really easy, we're probably gonna do once a week. I'll do two more and then two more and then two more and just try and get them down because C and G are really easy to remember. It took me a little bit to get used to reading. I don't know, just reading sheet music again in general. She kind of taught me a sort of like a new methodology opposite to what I learned back when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I just remembered it as like the lines "Every good boy does fine," EGBDF, and then FACE for inside the lines. My teacher said it's fine, but to an extent, if you just remember where C is and where everything is in relation to C, typically you'll be able to read stuff faster that way. And I can kind of see why she said that. Just based off of having gotten back into it thus far. Did that fall a little bit? So that's been kind of a struggle too, has been getting back into reading sheet music. But so I wanted to show you guys the first thing that I've been slowly learning is a very basic version of Piano Man. Oh, hello, cat. She can't really decide. The cat can't really decide if she likes the piano or not. But a very basic version of Piano Man. It was really hard getting both hands together at first. Because back when I played marimba, it was like you had two sticks and two mallets, and you just hit notes. I did play four mallet at one point where you have two in each hand. But even then, that's four max at a time. Piano is 10. You have 10 fingers. So getting used to playing like left hand separate from right hand was really hard, but I'll go ahead and kind of try to play what I've learned. Hopefully I don't just completely mess it up since I hit the record button. But I wanted to start this the day that I started piano. I was like, let me make a little bit of progress first. So this is a very basic version of Piano Man that I will give a shot. Also, I don't know about this camera angle. I might change it later on. Just like move the piano like facing you. In fact, let me just do that real quick. Hang on. So this is Piano Man. Okay, I'm glad. I didn't mess it up too bad. I thought as soon as I hit record, I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna hit a single note, and I'm not gonna, okay. So that went relatively well, I think. Hopefully the mic picked it all up. But yeah, like I said, the hard, like surprisingly to me, I thought the chords were gonna be the easiest part. Cause I mean, it's just like, it's two at a time, and it's the same beat and pattern, but maybe it's just like the percussion that was like so embedded in me that made like made melodies easier or like actual notes and stuff. The left hand was much harder to me at first, and it still kind of is, surprisingly. I don't know what it is about like making sure you hit the right gaps between, because it goes just from like a fifth to a sixth. That's it. And eventually I'll probably have to do more complicated stuff. Like that entire thing doesn't even use a single black key, and it took me 2 weeks of like every night going back to this just for that small little thing. But that's kind of how music goes. So yeah, that's kind of what I learned so far. She's also having me start to learn Clocks very slowly. Clocks, the Coldplay song, which, let me see if I can. No. Okay, yeah. Is it just... Okay, the first and third note change. Oh yeah, the second does stay the same. Okay, So I mean, I'm starting to slowly learn that melody, but Piano Man's kind of been my priority up until now. I'll give it one more shot just for the sake of the video. Also, I haven't been using the pedal. I should probably start getting into the habit of doing it, but even that is like another factor thrown in that's just confusing me like crazy. It's kind of overwhelming, but I'll get used to it eventually. She said like 100% get the right hand down, then 100% get the left hand down. Then you can do them together, and then I'm guessing maybe I start to slowly work in the pedal, but okay, I'll give it another shot. See, there we go. It's so satisfying when you hit like certain notes together. It's so exciting. But maybe you can tell, like you can hear the like some of the keys are kind of inconsistent. But like I said, maybe it just needs cleaning. Maybe I just got scammed. I don't know. But I mean, piano's a piano. It's my first one. Either way, it works. So, yeah, that's kind of my first little piano vlog. Again, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. We'll see. If I do, it'll probably be on its own sort of channel. Just like I said, I sometimes I kind of don't want to just make YouTube videos to journal in a sort of way. There's no like ulterior motive to it where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post on it weekly at this certain time or this certain day, but more just like a progress report, and just kind of see how far I'm coming along. So that's been it for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.